Hey folks, Diamondo here with part 2 of the end of July 2016 announcements Comic-Con edition. For this one, we're going to do a slideshow of our experience at Comic-Con, and we're going to go completely off script, so if for some reason I stutter, well, that's the reason why. Anyway folks, our first picture, the guy on the left, that's Kevin Conroy, the voice of Batman on Batman the Animated Series, while the guy on the right, that's Diedrich Bader, who also did a voice of Batman on Batman the Brave and the Bold. Both actors will be on Justice League Action, with Kevin Conroy back as Batman and Diedrich Bader as Booster Gold. And I actually checked out an episode of Justice League Action, and believe me, this is actually a pretty fun series. It's like a classic Justice League cartoon series with the Teen Titans classic series, not the new one, Teen Titans Go. And believe me, if you watch it next month, you will have a blast with it. Now, do you recognize this man? That's John DiMaggio. He did the voice of Jake on Adventure Time, Wrath on Ben 10, he was Bobo Haha on Generator Rex, and of course, he was Gilgamesh on Final Fantasy XII and Final Fantasy XIII-2. He will be on Justice League Action as Lobo. And personally, if you ask me, I would like for him to channel his Wrath character right on Lobo. Let me tell you something, I'm the main man, you know that? Oh, here's a familiar face you should recognize. Tara Strong, voice of Twilight Sparkle, voice of Raven, current voice of Harley Quinn, though unfortunately not on Justice League Action. Former voice of Bubbles the Powerpuff Girls, which unfortunately is a big shame. Anyway, her and Carrie Payton will be on Justice League Action, as I pointed out, but I'm not so sure who she's gonna play. It might be Raven, might be Batgirl, but I do know Carrie Payton's gonna be Cyborg again, and as a matter of fact, the episode I watched, Cyborg was in full Teen Titans classic action, and boy, that was actually a lot of fun. Now, since 2013, I've been going to the My Little Pony panel every year, especially on a Friday, though in 2013 it was on a Saturday instead, and I lucked out. I apologize for the slightly blurry image. You can blame my phone for that, but anyway, I might do this again one more time next year if I go to Comic-Con. But yeah, I'm actually glad they all showed up this year for Comic-Con. I mean, actually, I would go into detail, but we gotta move on to our next picture. Now, do you recognize that guy? That's Vincent Tong. He does the voice of Flash Sentry and Prince Blue Blood on My Little Pony. And on Lego Ninjago, he does the voice of Kai the Fire Ninja. As a matter of fact, that was actually the reason why he came down here for Comic-Con, for the Lego Ninjago panel. And as a matter of fact, I would like for him to come back down for Pacific PonyCon next year, and I'm hoping that happens. Oh, anyway, that picture I gave to him, the border was actually inspired by an actual drawing by a Tiny Toons fan artist named Ishoka for when he did that Valentine's Babs drawing. I'm thinking about uploading a variation of it without the border, so keep your eyes peeled on my DeviantArt page, okay? Now, everybody here knows this person, Lauren Faust, creator of My Little Pony, Friendship is Magic. She also created Super Best Friends Forever for DC. I first met up with Lauren Faust back in 2012 in the Anaheim WonderCon when she was a part of the DC Nation panel. And I also met up with her again in 2013 along with her husband, Craig McCracken, the creator of the Powerpuff Girls. I was actually glad she came back for Comic-Con this year, and to her, I say mahalo for creating My Little Pony Friendship is Magic. Now here's someone I ran into at Comic-Con, David Sobolov. He did the voice of Death Charge on Beast Wars. That's right, Beast Wars fans. You should recognize the guy, him and David Kay. They're both here in LA. Now other than that, he also did the voice of Shockwave on Transformers Prime. For all you Marvel fans, he's also the voice of Drax the Destroyer. And for you DC fans, he did the voice of Lobo on Injustice Gods Among Us. And of course, if you're a Diablo 3 fan, he's the voice of Asmodan. Oh yeah. Or they should call him Asmodunk.
Slam donkey. Boom shakalaka laka.
Well, as you are aware, I have been to the Animaniacs panel. I mean, if you saw one of my previous recaps, I can pretty much already showed you that I was there. The guy on the far left, that's Jess Harnell. He's the voice of Wacko Warner on Animaniacs, but for all you Crash Bandicoot fans, he's also the voice of Crash Bandicoot. Right next to him, that's Rob Paulson, my main man, Yakko Warner, Dr. Otto von Scratchensniff, and he's also the voice of Pinky. But of course, outside of that, he's also the Mask, he's also the original voice of Raphael, he's the current voice of Donatello, and he's also the voice of Antoine on Sonic the Hedgehog Sat AM. And the woman on the far right, that's Tress McNeil, Dot Warner and Hello Nurse from Animaniacs, Babs Bunny and Rubella Rat on Tiny Toons, Daisy Duck from Disney's Mickey Mouse and Friends, and various voices on The Simpsons. You know, I always wonder, what would happen if these three actors actually guest starred on My Little Pony Friendship is Magic? I mean, I know Tress McNeil has done a few voices for the original series and for Moondreamers. Had to bring that up because, well, you know, it just popped up in the back of my head. Now, folks, not to do some shameless promotion, but when I was at the figure drawing panel before the Batman the Killing Joke panel, we actually had this cosplayer by the name of Sharky Kitty. Her Twitter feed is @SharkyKitty, and her email address is thisissharkykitty@gmail.com. Anyway, go ahead and give her a shout out on Twitter, and also while I was there, I actually did some poses for everyone to at least practice with their illustration skills. Now, you know how ridiculous some San Diego Comic-Con exclusives sell out, but this is way beyond ridiculous. I mean, Saturday night, the entire Funko booth was completely closed off because they sold out of everything. And I mean everything. How ridiculous is that? I mean, I don't see that many Hasbro exclusives that sold out this fast. I mean, this is completely crazy. And thankfully, I didn't even bother to check there for exclusives that I want. You know, folks, there are people who always ask me, hey, are you more of a DC fan or are you more of a Marvel fan? Well, here's the thing. I'm both. I love DC and I love Marvel. I love the characters of both sides. Though with DC, I'm more of a Batman fan, and with Marvel, I'm more of an X-Men fan. Especially when they have Deadpool on the other side. And by the way, anyone who says that I have to take sides with either DC or Marvel can eat my shorts. One thing I need to bring up, the Hasbro Toy Shop booth. On the second day, I somehow managed to get into the booth just to purchase some toys. I mean, unlike the last couple of years, you no longer need a ticket just to get into the booth. Though it's still real hard to get in just simply because of how popular the toys are. I was fortunate enough to get 1 Discord and 2 Kylo Rens. The Kylo Rens right now are sold out on their website, but they still have plenty of Discords to get, so if you're looking to get with Discord, do yourself a favor and see if you can get one. And personally, I think it's actually much better not to require tickets just to get into the Hasbro Toy Shop booth. But it's still a little hard just to get in, even if you don't have a ticket, or even if you do have a ticket. Yep, that's just me, stuttering all the time like Porky Pig. Okay, I think I need to cut it out already. Folks, one last thing. About Sonic Oddball Crack-Ups Collab 2, yes, I am aware that the due date has passed for entries, but I'm going to let this slide for a bit. You actually get one last chance to submit at least one entry into the Sonic Oddball Crack-Ups Collab 2, and then in a couple weeks, I am going to try to release the whole thing on YouTube, so keep your eyes peeled. Anyway, that's it for the end of July 2016 announcements, Part 2. I am out of here.